What is TWS podcast, episode, whatever, who cares at this point?
Bar. The rants of the vindicated.
It's my podcast and I do what I want to.
People, listen.
Word, is it still live?
It's not working for me, Rich. All right, we gonna keep going. I know I changed my voice at work.
Bars on the radio.
What is TWS podcast?
Ready.
I feel like the Neanderthal. Staring at my watch and I'm feeling so new school. Suicide attempts, how many tries to take? They ain't ready.
So I take you back to the lack, hiding cups from the cops, had the yak in my lap. Maybe it was whiskey, my memory ain't intact. We was bumping old yay, screaming I'll be late for that. Can I get a bars, Rich?
Bars.
Think I do. Late, but I'll take it. Had to throw some bars on this episode.
Gonna keep going.
Had to throw some bars on this episode because we got a special guest. This is the White Pants Society. What is TWS podcast? As always, I am J. Flan. And not across from me today, but somewhere in the interwebs is Rich Nerd.
What it do?
And then I also have a longtime old friend. I can't use his alias anymore, but we'll just call him Devin. What's good with you, D?
Oh, I'm good, man. Appreciate it.
Is that another pause, though? Is that another
That's
pause?
a pause.
All right, that's another pause.
We can't, man, we gonna get in a lot of trouble. We got to pause every time, get in trouble for it. Like,
I'm trying. Rich is having too much fun with it. But pause. All right, but anyway, yeah, this is the What is the TWS podcast. It's J. Flan, Rich, and my boy Devin. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. We go way back to the Pentagon days.
yeah.
But what's good with you these days, man?
Life is wonderful, man. I actually, like you said, we started with the Pentagon way back and been cool ever since. I just want to make it public. I just really admire you and Rich and what y'all doing. Keep doing what you're doing. People are listening, and we need that voice out there. Number two, when you gonna drop that album? We need that right here, right now. We can get into that later. But yes, so I actually started my own coaching business. So I'm finally walking in my purpose. IT was always my backup plan. I always worked much better with people than workstations. So I'm starting to really follow my destiny, and it's a beautiful thing. So that's man. What I've been up to. Yeah.
Yeah, I did get a chance to peep that video you put out there about not getting caught up in titles and
right
and things like that. I think it's, if anybody pays attention to our Facebook page, I posted it up there. If you want to tell people where they can get to it.
You can go to my Facebook page, Devin Smith. I'm still new to social media, but I should be easy to find. Also, my website is www.tellboss2kickrocks.com. We empowering folks out here, so that's why I named the site that. So www.tellboss2kickrocks.com, and I appreciate you letting me do that, Jerry.
Oh yeah, we gotta support that, man. That's everybody's end goal, right? Tell the boss kick rock.
Right.
I need that. All right, so I wanted to, before we get into the proceedings, I wanted to touch on something that I saw on Facebook today that kind of affects me personally. My high school, Washington Mathematics, Science and Technology Public Charter High School, is in danger of closing. It is a charter school, and the reason that they have voted to start the procedure, I guess, for closing the school is because it's quote unquote no longer economically viable. And this is something I've been saying about charter schools for a while. I kind of played the victim role a little bit, and I blame the charter school system for some of the things that happened to me as a high school student, which I need to take responsibility for myself. But at the end of the day, charter schools are, sort of like a privatization of public education, and they do become businesses. And here we have a school that I think is run by wonderful people who intend to do something wonderful, and something that the community needs, but doesn't look like it's going to work out because the business aspect didn't work out. And at the time that I was there, I felt like I was allowed to get away with certain things because I kind of fed into the business aspect. I was able to be a face and be a spokesperson, so to speak, for the school, and that allowed me to have like a 1-1 average, and still be treated like I was at the head of my class. So anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest. I don't agree with the charter school system. I don't know how you guys feel, but this is something that I've kind of expected to happen for a while. That eventually this whole idea of privatizing public education was going to start to fail, and people who were trying to do good things weren't going to be allowed to because money was involved. So I don't know. I got that off my chest. I feel a little better now.
I always been a little curious about what is the business structure of a charter school.
So basically, charter schools are allowed to, in exchange. So the basic premise is, in exchange for freedom with the curriculum and being able to do, some different things outside of what the school board sets in stone as the curriculum. They only get partial funding from the state or whatever the school board. The rest of their funding has to be procured, I guess, through private organizations and things like that. So so that's the case, for this school. It's like they're not getting the money, they're not getting the funding from outside sources, and I guess the city, DC Public Schools is going to have to loan them or give them enough money to operate through the end of the year, so that the kids aren't just without a school, mid-school year. So it's a crazy situation. I've always thought it was kind of weird, and I always, thought that it led to some, I don't know, some not so above board practices. So.
Right, because now you have to, if it's a business scenario, you have to kind of cater to those that are supporting the school, right?
Yeah, you got to keep investors happy,
Exactly.
And at one point, I was a good student, and I looked good, and I was kind of put out there in the forefront as here's an example of how our school works. And as my grades started to decline, and as I started to not participate, and I was just allowed to get away with a lot of stuff because you can't now say our upfront, our spokesperson student is flunking out of everything,
Right.
So
that's interesting.
And so I do wish that maybe I had felt some of those consequences back then, and it maybe would have allowed me to learn lessons earlier and be ahead of the game now. But it all happened for a reason. Maybe I wouldn't be doing this podcast if it worked out that way. So
that's what I was about to say. You are exactly where you are supposed to be right now.
Yeah. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right now, and y'all are listening to it. So, all right, that's my rant. I don't know. Did you have anything, Rich?
I didn't have anything major, so I saw a meme earlier. Well, not a meme, but a video earlier online. I think I showed it to you. The one where this dude was in a parking lot trying to park, and this young Asian girl ran across his car and jumped in the parking spot.
Yeah, I did.
And she was trying to hold that spot down. And at first I thought it was funny, but then I remembered this morning when I was pulling out of my parking spot, getting ready to drive into work, the same thing happened. This older Asian woman ran up to the parking spot, and then she looks over at me and like she nods her head like in acknowledgement that she sees me, and then like she just crosses her arms and puts her head down, and she just stands at the top of the parking spot blocking so that nobody can come in, looking around waiting for the car to pull up. And I'm looking around like, where the fuck is the car coming from? And like, what?
We shall not.
Yeah. It's early in the morning. Like, why do you think you need to hold down a spot this time in the morning for someone? I don't know. I thought it was weird. So I was like, I had to mention this. Like, people, they really out here running down parking spots?
Yeah, but what I will say is that it's not a Asian thing. I think the woman in the video was Asian, and the woman that you had the interaction with this morning was Asian. But I've seen black people do that, like
absolutely,
like at a restaurant when it's packed, somebody get out and go find the parking space and stand in it until they can drive back around and get to the joint or something. But I was a little mad at dude for pulling off. Like I wanted him to go full on with the petty. Like if you're going to be petty, If you're gonna start the petty and be like, I'm not gonna move, I'm in the car sitting with air conditioning and the radio, I'm gonna outwait, I'm gonna see how long you can stand, then you gotta go all the way through with the petty. You can't cut the petty off mid petty. Like
Exactly.
that's
My
not
cousin
staying true to the game.
Yeah, my cousin commented on that post that I made, and she said she would have waited, and I said the same thing. I would have been at my peak petty. To your point, I'm already in the car, got the air conditioning on. I'm checking messages. I'm checking the internet. I'm checking my feed. Like, I'm doing whatever I got to do, but I'm not leaving.
Yeah, I'd have been late for meetings. I'd have called the daycare like she gonna be there for a while. 'Cause I can't leave till I get this spot. I believe in the pettiness. I believe if you're gonna start it, you gotta finish it. You gotta go all the way through.
That's the problem nowadays. It ain't no follow through.
Ain't no follow through. It must have been a millennial behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
But yeah, I've definitely experienced this with our folks as well. So I'm not gonna put that on the Asians.
Definitely not Asians. I think I regulated a parking spot once or twice before in my past. So, yep.
The only thing I didn't like was that, like, she saw that guy coming for the spot, and so she ran across and like jumped in front of him. Like that was a little
that's a little much. Yes.
All right, D, did you have anything you wanted to rant about?
Nah, not at this time.
Yeah, I know I didn't prepare you for that one. I just threw that one on you. But all right, so then there's some other. Here's a list of shit that's going on right now that I really don't care about, but I feel the need to at least acknowledge. Like I said, feel free to jump in if you guys have any feelings about these things. I did watch Lil Yachty went on Funk Flex and did a freestyle, I guess, in an attempt to legitimize himself. And only because I do this show and I felt the need to be informed, I actually watched and listened to it. And it was bullshit. I don't know. It was. I'm like, he rapped, and it's. I've never listened to any of his music, so I don't know what he sounds like on his actual songs. But this sounded like he was at least trying. But when you've had Black Thought come up there, and then Royce last week to have Lil Yachty, I don't know. You can miss me with that. So I applaud you, Funk Flex, for opening your platform to any and everybody. But I thought the freestyle joint was supposed to be like exclusive. Like you had to be God level to go up there. Whatever.
Yeah, you good. I couldn't have watched that.
Lord, yeah, I the things I do for the people, man. I suffered through it for the listeners. I also suffered through that OJ confession shit because I'm really done with the OJ thing. I've said it before on this podcast that, and this wasn't OJ's fault because he did this interview like
in 06.
In 06, yeah. But OJ is one of the people that we should never hear from again. Like you got to motherfucking disappear. Like if you get away with something like that, you should never be heard from again.
You're supposed to shut the fuck up and move on.
Yeah. And so I think the fact that he did this interview either proved that one, he did it, or he's the craziest man alive. Because I think anybody who's ever done something and got away with it, the last thing you're thinking about doing is telling everybody how you would have done it if hypothetically you did this shit. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm done with the OJ situation. I think the thing that we've lost with the whole OJ situation is that during that trial, we had LAPD on tape talking about admitting to the things that black people have said the police have done to us for years, admitting to harassment, admitting to brutality, admitting to planting evidence. And then all of a sudden, fast forward now where we got video proof of the same thing, you asking us to reprove again that the police are corrupt. No, we knew the police were corrupt back then. We had it on tape. And now we got the video evidence and you acting like the two shits don't match. But like I said, shit I don't care about. I'm just reporting it for the people.
That's a good point, though, man. That did get lost in the whole O.J. Simpson trial. The fact, is O.J. guilty or innocent became the main focus as opposed to them exposing what's really going on.
Because, sometimes black people are made to feel crazy when we're like, the police is out here doing this stuff. And here we had them admitting to it on tape. And it kind of got lost.
Yeah.
I think I'm only going to hit like one or two more of these. Mason Pryor gets booed off stage at the Apollo, Richard Pryor's son. sad but true. It happened. I haven't watched it. I don't think I plan on to. I don't plan
Is
on
he
watching it.
is he an aspiring comedian or something? Why was he on
Aspiring
stage?
comedian. Yep.
Ooh,
He tried to
okay.
do a routine. And I think
At the Apollo?
when he got booed, he said, "Have some respect."
Oh,
Nah, you don't get it just because.
Nah,
right.
not just because.
Now at the Apollo, you better start at the 7-Eleven first and then work your way up or something. Go on the corner and tell jokes.
Right, you gotta get your street cred up first, bro.
Right.
But last but not least, another motherfucker that just won't go away. Is it Rachel? What's her name? Dolezal or
Dolezal, yeah.
I don't know. Apparently, she's doing a Netflix documentary on her whole racial identity situation. I don't understand why this is still a thing either. If I could choose to be white, I might just do it. But
And that's why I don't have no problem with her. I don't. Because she could be white all day. She wants to be black. Is that the young lady that we're talking about right now?
yeah, but
Yeah,
she can't be black. Like she can't.
She can't be black. I
can't
totally
be black.
agree. She's not in the club. But the fact that she wants desperately to be in the club, I'm not going to come down on her too hard. It's a struggle to be black, and she wants to be black. So, yeah.
And I mean, I feel like if she had at least thrown that ish at the end, she might have got a little bit of it. I'm black-ish. You know what I mean? They might have left it alone a little bit, but she just took it too far.
Nah,
She did. I agree.
I'm not for this. I get to say what I am. Stuff like you are what you are. Like learn to wear your skin and be happy with it.
You can't say that not in 2018.
I can.
She
say,
love the culture, man. Come on, you can't be mad at that. A lot of people love the culture; they won't even admit it. So,
Hey, Vanilla Ice love the culture, but he know what he is. All right, so we trying out some new shit on the show. We're gonna do a couple segments here. As you know, Rich and I are huge proponents of the whole pause concept, and so we're gonna start doing the pause of the week. I wish I had like some echoes and shit.
And it's all for fun, people. It's all for fun.
Hey, no, it's all to
It's
get
a
on
little
your
bit of petty
last
in there. It's a
nerve.
petty in there
If
too. It's
you
petty in
are
there.
sensitive enough to be offended by this, I want you to be as offended as possible. Anyway, I think what did we decide on? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that was gangster.
Motherfucking show, I do what I want to.
That's right. This is why you create your own show, so you can do.
I totally
what
agree.
You want to do. Right. So the pause of the week this week, I got to take the L on this one. This was a message that I actually typed to Rich. It was, man, I ain't mean to post a dissertation in response to your post, but I guess I had some shit on my chest. Pause. I'll let that one sink in. Might take you a while to get it.
I'd rather not.
All right, so then on the brighter notes, I'm a big rap fan. I drop bars every once in a while. D said he waiting on the album. I've been working on it for the past 15 years, but we gonna get there.
Greatness takes time, man.
My lyric of the week this week comes from Fonte Coleman and his new album No News Is Good News, off the song Cry No More. I think this is one that I know Rich and myself can relate to. We get your thoughts on it, Devin, but the line is, staring at the ceiling fan trying to be a man, wishing I had a chance to be a son first.
Oof.
Yeah. That one, like,
That's grown.
when
That's
I
grown
heard
talk.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, when I heard it, it was like, damn. Because I lived that, being afraid for a long time to get married or have children because I didn't have, an example. I didn't have that father figure or that the husband in the house to see what being a husband was supposed to be, to see what being a dad was supposed to be. And it was a frightening thing for me. Like, I wanted to be a husband and a father, but I didn't know if I was equipped to do it correctly because I never got to see it. So that line definitely resonated with me. But something that, someone told me a long time ago that made sense was that while I didn't have an example of everything you should do, I had a great example of things you shouldn't do. And so if I can just avoid those pitfalls, I'm at least, I at least got to step up in the game. So that's my takeaway.
Very true.
Rich.
Yeah, I'm a big Fonte fan. That's not the first time he dropped something like that.
Oh yeah, Fonte got some. Well, I think my other favorite Fonte line is sometimes I think I'm in another world when I'm trying to tell my girl just exactly where I stand at. I want a girl when I want a girl, and when I don't want a girl, I want a girl who understands that. That's some deep shit, ladies. Hey, pay attention, take notes.
That's that whole in the dream. I don't even, you know what? I can't remember that goddamn line. I had a dream
I
about
just
you.
woke up
Dream
from
about
having
me.
a dream about you, having a dream about me, having a dream about. I don't know. That's that Amari Hardwick pimp shit. Anybody else have any comments on that? I don't want to monopolize the time.
We had a whole episode on that daddy issues.
Yeah.
Forget what number it is, but
I want to tread lightly, but I think we just need to reevaluate the terms we use when we talk about certain things. Like, there's a difference between a boy and a man. It's not dictated by their age, you know. So I don't know. Like the terms are becoming very blurred, and it's based on your background, your history, what you've seen, what you know, and what your standards are. So I think a lot of times when we are talking about these men out here, we gonna get to that 93.9, so I don't want to jump ahead of myself. But I think we are judging boys who are posing as men, and we judge them as men. I think that's sometimes where we go wrong.
I definitely agree with you on that one. I just, I don't know. Like I'm struggling with it right now because, as a part of my my recovery from alcoholism, or me dealing with my disease, is I have to get rid of resentments, and I have to learn to forgive, and I've started to realize that I have made some of the same mistakes that I'm resentful toward my father for having made. I have let down a wife and a child, and if I want them to ever be able to forgive me, I have to be willing to give that same forgiveness to him. So it's not a hurdle I've crossed yet, but it's on my list, and I'll keep you guys posted whenever I'm able to cross that bridge. But I'm working on it. I swear to God, I'm working on it.
And this is why this is my favorite podcast. You're not gonna hear nothing like that anywhere else, man. Everybody got their avatar, man. So appreciate that.
I'm full of cliches because that's what I get in these meetings. But one of the dopest ones I heard the other day is we tend to compare our inside to other people's outside, especially in this social media era.
Yes,
we get to see all your happy moments, and we start comparing all our down moments to how happy you are, not realizing that's just the shit you choose to show us.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to show it all. I'm trying to be an open book, because that's the only way I can live without retreating to that depressed shell where I feel like I gotta hide from everybody. Like, nah, I'll tell you everything, and I'll laugh about it.
Yeah, that's true freedom right there.
There you go. Fuck you, I'm flawed. Enjoy. Take it all in. All right, anyway. All right, so we're gonna lighten it up. We want to get into these topics.
All right, so what do you want to do first? You want to do Nanny Gate? Or...
Nah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take over the show.
Yeah, no. I was getting ready to say when I talked to Devin about being on the show, I was like, man, you got anything interesting you want to talk about? He's like, I want to talk about that the thick girl with the boyfriend in jail. That's what I want to talk about. So hey, we're gonna get into it. So Rich, you want to introduce us since this was your post?
All right.
No, this wasn't your post, but it was your man's post or whatever. I don't know.
All right, so the post we're talking about a few weeks ago in the group, we posted a meme. The meme has. I'm not going to get too graphic with this description because but basically, girl standing here, scantily clad, and the meme says, "This is your boy's homegirl. He got 5 years in prison. He left you money to take her once a month, $5K each time. This month you show up and she answers the door like this, scantily clad, and says she'll let you keep this month's $5K if you just let her fuck one good time. What's your next move?"
All right, we gotta go into detail. Like you trying to be PC, and I don't do that. She looked like a real live sex doll. You seen them new sex dolls, and they just thick for no reason. Like this is what we talking about. So we're not talking about just your man's regular girl. We talking about. You trying to see what I'm trying to say? Yeah, you trying to superstar.
I got that thing on Word. I'm looking at exactly what you're talking about.
All right, so pause. Who want to go first?
I go first. This scenario, I would never be in this scenario. I would never be in this scenario. I've seen what's in front of me. I would never be in a secluded location with this person at all. I know my weakness, and she's redheaded with this little outfit on. That's what my weakness is. My man, if it's really my man would never ask me to do this. My man would ask somebody else who not attracted to something like this, to go there, deliver your little money, whatever. I mean, I'll give her money, but it's gonna be over PayPal, the Cash App, something. You got to work something out. With technology today, you're not about to put me in this situation. Now I feel like, are you trying to trap me? Are you trying to blackmail me into something because you got caught up? I feel like my man might be turning on me. My real man, my real folks, they would never, ever put me in this situation. They'd be like, yo, I need you to take care of my little sister. Or I need you to handle that for my auntie by herself. That was her only, I got that. I put that envelope in her mailbox all day. But this right here, I'd be like, you better call your other homie, man.
Yeah, that is true. You can't, man. Ain't no dude out here like, yeah, my girl was playmated a month 5 times in a row. I need you to go over to the house and drop this money off for her.
What kind of scenarios that? You got some wonderful brothers that follow this podcast, man. They like, yo, that's my man. I do it. God bless him. God bless him, though. I'm not that strong, and I don't test myself. I run.
There you go.
I run. I don't test. I run. I don't be like, oh man, it's all good. We just gonna be in this apartment together. But nah. I run. That's if you really smart, you run. You don't try to contemplate none of that. All right, I'm done. Thank you for my rant. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm studying 2 certs. I'm about to get a 5K bump just off this picture. I'm motivated by this. All right, I'm done. I don't want to start getting in trouble on the podcast.
That's why we don't use real names on the podcast.
You make good sense. You make good sense. I'm like you said, I'm going the other way.
Yeah.
I'm not with it. First of all, how much money this dude got stacked up that I'm just getting $5K every month. He likely one of them dudes that could reach out from prison and
and make up. Yeah.
So no, I'm good.
Right. I feel like it's a trap, man. My man called me like that. I'm hanging up the phone, man. God, you can record that conversation. I'm not dealing with that.
And is she gonna give up the whole $5K just for one round? Nah.
Yeah, it's a trap.
I mean,
ain't nothing worth that.
The only reason I said what I said on the post is because I do have, and I don't know where it stems from, but like. If you ever been with any dude I know, like you just asexual. Like it's just the idea of me. I don't do sloppy seconds. Like I don't like shoes that I don't buy Jordans because everybody got them. Like I'm trying to find a joint that don't nobody got. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal for me because just based off the fact that she been with my man, she's not as attractive as she is, she's not attractive to me. Like. I can't see her that way. She might as well be my little sister or something. Like
that's beautiful, man. I wish one day I could be as strong as you are.
It's not even like out of respect for my man. It's just like it's gross to me. Like I can't.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I want my exclusive shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I would be the person who'd be trying to sleep with her. I don't think like that's not me. I wouldn't be trying to get anything from her. I wouldn't do it to begin with. But my thing to Devin's point is, like, is this a setup? Why would this even be the scenario? Like all of the options, all of the ways out here. You got Western Union, MoneyGram, all these different cash apps, and you just happen to need me specifically.
Yeah.
Uptown to drop this bag off.
Yeah, Rich.
Oh man, I learned.
Why can't she be 98 pounds with some baggy clothes on, man?
Why she gotta look like that?
Why she gotta look like that? This is a trap all day. I wouldn't even mess with my man like that, man. I'd be hurt, but he had to be let go. Put me in that situation.
Man, I'm saying, do you know the situations I've been in. Messing with Reg, like everybody that dealt with him seemed to want to test the strength of our relationship. Like they always wanted to try to get real close to me and then see what I would give up, whatever. Yeah. So in that situation, like I'm turning around as soon as she said it, and like you already know I'm about to call dude. Like like I don't he gonna believe you. He gonna believe me over you, cause I ain't never done him wrong. I ain't never done him wrong. So you coming in here with this stuff? Yeah, it is a trap, and I'm about to let dude know that either first of all, if he set the trap, you like, man, fuck you, dude. You should know me better than that. And, you know, and two, if you setting the trap, well then you about to be hemmed up. I might find a way to reinvest this 5K for him so we can do something else. Because that'll be the end of it for you. But I can't do my man's, like, even if you're not his current, like if you hit him way back in the days, like once I find out,
off limits.
Yo, I totally agree with you, Jerry. Even if this ain't a trap, I wouldn't put myself in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? You can walk across the street all day and not look both ways before you do it, but one day you're going to get hit. You keep crossing that street, you're going to get hit one day. You know what I'm saying? So I just prefer to not cross the street.
I feel you, Devin. Like, you can ask me to go drop off the 5K to the girl, but don't ask me to go pick up your vintage bottle of scotch or something. That's the wrong situation to put me in. So
that was funny and deep at the same time.
Yeah, we all got our vices, though.
Man, killed that one.
All right, but speaking of staying out of inappropriate situations, let's do the 93.9 situation.
Before we close out on this one,
my bad.
So what is she in New York? Is she in the DMV area? Like, where's she at, man? I know the scenario was a made up scenario, but for real, where's she at, Slim?
I got her Instagram. Who got the information?
Come on, for real. I got boots for that.
I know where she at.
Travis, I think Travis posted that. Travis, we need her information ASAP.
Travis, where you at?
Is that her manager? Yo.
For every fine girl out there, there's a dude that's somewhere sick of her shit.
Wait, what? What they doing with her shit? Wait a minute. What part of the game is this, guy? I'm gonna stand down on that. All right.
Devin is not talking about a relationship.
Nah, man, I'm talking about like the morning after. I'm gonna fix her a bologna sandwich and all that. Give it a Kool-Aid. Yo, I'm gonna take care of her the morning after, man. The morning after.
You at least gonna fry it?
Hot dog, egg, and cheese sandwich all day. Put that special on her. They don't know about that. That's my secret weapon. Ain't nobody out here doing that.
Hey, Devin, you still a Madden god out there?
Nah. I got away from that Madden, man. I'm so old school. I just upgraded to the one. Yeah, my 360 finally gave out on me. But I got away from Madden for a while now, man. Wasn't no competition out there.
Yeah, I think I tried to play against Devin once. And that wasn't a good idea. I think that was that. I don't know if we was like taking shots for touchdowns or something.
Yeah, we was doing something.
But yeah, that was the night before we went to the
man, the fish tea?
Not the fish tea, but that what's it called? The Red Star, the joint that used to be.
Oh yeah. Oh boy, you gonna take me back? Come on, Jerry, we gotta keep it moving, man. I can't. Don't take me there.
I'm just saying. Something happened that night, and I ended up in the kitchen at a restaurant trying to figure out where my wings were. It wasn't the best look.
Whew, those were some wonderful days. I don't ever want to go back.
All right, we're gonna take, because this was nostalgic to me too, because just to see all this talk about Kiss FM on my timelines, like I haven't listened to 93.9 and it's like 5 years now. So
yeah, true.
It's like I'm seeing all this. I finally decided to see what all the talk was about, and so apparently the host of, what is it called, Fam or something? I don't know.
Fam in the morning.
Fam in the morning, yeah.
Yeah.
The female host of Fam in the morning was looking for a nanny or house, whatever. I don't know. The lady to take care of your kids.
Yeah, I think it was a nanny.
It was a nanny. So she put it out there, and I'm calling her an Instagram model. I don't know if she actually said that's what she is. She said she's like a model / singer / whatever girl that posed for pictures about jail dudes. I don't know, but she responded to the thing, and then she got no response from the host. But I think the next time she was on the radio, she talked about turning a girl down or turning somebody down because she thought that they were, too pretty, and she didn't want that in her house around her husband or whatever?
So first of all, I mean, so I hit her up because I really needed a job. Again, I'm a model. I'm also a singer. I'm an actress. I worked my way up to this. Like, this isn't something that happened overnight. So, like I said, my grandmother, I watched my grandmother struggle, you know what I'm saying, trying to take care of kids and, things like that. And I raised a lot of my nieces and my nephews. And, so when she sent the post, I'm like, well, you need help. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that I can do. Like, so let me help you. So when I reached out to her, I'm just like, what's up? Like, these are my credentials. I've been doing this for a few years. Gotcha. And it was just like, no, I'm not letting a pretty woman into my house. Just because I look good.
Well, to be clear, I did not even respond to the post. So,
when I heard the story and I finally listened to it, the first thing that popped in my head was I actually asked my wife not to call a certain babysitter back. Like, I don't want her in this house again, because she showed up to watch our daughter, and just the ass was too much. It was just incredibly too much, and it was so big that it was like she had on some yoga pants or some tights, but it was stretching the fabric of the tights so much that they was damn near see-through. And I just don't need that in my house. Like Devin said, you don't put yourself in situations where you're gonna do something fucked up. I didn't want this girl parading around my house like that no more. So I could definitely understand a woman saying, I don't want this girl in my house because I don't need that around my family. But there was a lot of back and forth about how, insecure she was, or, it was unfair for her, not giving this girl the job. I disagree. I feel like she's the manager of a team, and she felt that this girl wouldn't gel well with her team. She decided to pass on it. That's my thoughts on it. I'm gonna get a floor to you, fella.
I mean, I agree. I felt the exact same way. I don't think it's a jealousy issue. I don't think it's an insecurity issue. However, people think that they want to justify it. The bottom line is, if I personally feel like I don't want this person in my house, this person doesn't need to be in my house. Period. Point blank. That's it. I don't have to justify my feelings to you. However, if I feel uncomfortable, then I feel uncomfortable. And to your point, it's all about avoiding shit. I don't want to put myself in a situation where something could possibly happen. So let's eliminate the opportunity. Just leave it there. That way we don't have to worry about nothing.
I know Devin had a unique perspective on this one, so I'm curious to hear how you gonna approach this.
All right, so business wise, man, it's a business decision. She's not a good fit. The one that pays the money makes a decision. She's not a good fit. You don't get hired. You don't get mad at somebody because they don't hire you. You know what I'm saying? There's so many layers to this. I wouldn't. Now look, I'm fresh out of a relationship, but the one that I'm such a fan of, I wouldn't let her come in, watch my kids and watch my house at all. That would be too complicated. First of all, my ex wouldn't even allow that to happen. It would be too much controversy. Now, she might be the most innocent person, she about her job, but it causes a little bit of stress within the household, which is a no-no. You don't bring drama into the house, you know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't work out. Especially, I don't mean to sound chauvinistic, but women view women a different way. Like you said, Jared, she might be very attractive to someone, but she's not attractive to me. I'm not attracted to her. But if a woman feels like their man, their husband, their boyfriend might be attracted to this woman, they reserve the right to dictate that all day. They gonna feel, why be in a household where your woman gonna be uncomfortable? Yeah. So I totally support that. But to me, more importantly, I don't understand how there's two men in the studio, sounds like, and there's a woman. They supposed to be a team. I don't know what happened, but it sounds like the woman, what's her name? I'm sorry.
Danny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny was not aware that this person that she chose not to hire was going to be a guest. That's a setup, number one.
They ambushed the hell out of her.
They ambushed her, and I don't understand. When did men get into ambushing? That's my beef.
Yeah.
We never was the type to ambush. That was I'm sorry, maybe I'm a little old school. That was a women thing. That whole drama and Kiki and all that was a woman thing. If two attractive ladies was in my presence and they started going back and forth, man, I was the referee. Nah, hold up. Let's just stop this right now. Everybody calm down. Regulate that. As a real man, you regulate that. You don't let two women go back and forth. Now, we on the radio. We in front of the microphone. This is sensationalism. And when did men become about sensationalism?
Yeah,
so,
they in their feelings. They out here quarterbacking the situation.
Yeah, man, come on now. Like, dang.
That was the part I took offense to too, because dude was instigating. And he was like, "Yeah, nah,
right.
he is insecure." Blah blah blah. Nah, he was cutting her off. I was like, "Yo, that's like you said, that it was real feminine to me. Like that's not.
It was.
That's not how we operate. Like
that's not how you operate. I don't know dudes like that. I don't hang with dudes like that. And when I realized a dude like that, they cut from the clique. We don't roll like that. You know what I'm saying? Now look. I'm not saying I'm this perfect dude. And I'm definitely not like, ooh, I'm trying to get more women out here. I get women. But there's a certain way you carry things. If you're a real man, I'm talking about real men. Real men. It's a little blurry these days. Yo, you don't even allow women to just go at it in front of you like that. You might as well be wearing a skirt too if that's how you roll. Put that on the mic. Put that on the recorder. I don't care. You know, I think we really need to really define again, remind people, because you got too many men out here that claim they men that are really like they got feminine ways and they getting all the light. You know what I'm saying? You got three brothers on this show right now. Look, I done listened to your podcast, Rich, Jared. I done heard y'all talk about how much y'all love y'all wives, how much y'all care about y'all families. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. You'll never be on Oprah Winfrey show. You'll never be on Oprah Winfrey. You know, and that's the thing, right? That's the problem, because that's not what they want to promote. And that's the problem, you know. So when I see these two so-called men out here instigating, like you said, sitting on the sidelines watching these two women go at it, man, I was just a little disappointed that, again, this is going to be another example that they use of the men out here and how they treat their women type thing, you know. Yeah, so I was just a little disappointed. You'll, Jared, Rich, you'll never be on The Fam in the morning. Why? You know what I'm saying? Because you care too much, right? Yeah. You would never allow that to happen. These two men basically sold their whole careers in order to get some more points on the media, on the social media, and I just thought that was just really unfortunate. And I don't care what the women were doing. Men protect women. Men separate that. Men shut that down. You got a lot of boys out here. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, the whole, and I say it all the time on this podcast. Like, I definitely feel like I'm like the Neanderthal these days. Like, I have some like ancient beliefs that don't fit in this new world or something. But men were protectors and providers first, and that was roles you took very seriously. Like,
you woke up like that. You didn't put a T-shirt on and be like, "I'm a man." You woke up like that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't build them like that no more. And for real, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jared.
Nah. I'm just saying,
okay.
like you said, it's instinctual, and it's just, it's the way I was raised, the way my uncles were. It was the way, the people I was around that I respected were. And this whole idea now that, like, I understand not wanting the gender roles and not wanting to put limitations on what people can be or what they can do, but there still needs to be core tenements of what being a man is that we adhere to, and I hated that it was the DMV. I hated that it was our people again. Yeah. And here we are perpetuating this nonsense, and like that was a moment where a man could have been a man.
Yeah.
They chose another route.
Yeah, he took another route, and not only. The problem was, and again, we all can make mistakes in a moment, right? But it's how you recover. And the fact that there was two men there, I could almost understand a little more if it was just one guy in there and he was slipping. but you had two grown men in there, and they both allowed this to happen. It was disappointing, man, because that was an opportunity for a positive turnaround to come about, but instead they just stood on the sidelines and, like you said, instigated it. So
and that's when it became an attack.
That's when it became an attack. Yeah.
And if he had the idea, because he, I can see you making a mistake. Like, I think this might be funny to have her on the show, but once you got her on there and realized that your co-host was actually hurt, like
exactly,
like, nah,
shut it down.
You're supposed to squash that, shut it down. It's not funny anymore.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore. Yep.
All right, so let me ask you guys a question. So one of the conversations that stemmed from that show was discrimination, and they're saying like because we're pretty, we're being discriminated against. So it's like I'm of two minds on that statement. One, it's like you're right, it is discrimination. It should be based off of your credentials and your talents and things like that instead of how you look. And as a society, it should be based off that. But unfortunately, it wasn't. With that being said, I mean, because she's pretty, she probably gets everything she wants all the time anyway. So it's like, is one no really going to hurt you like that bad? Is your pride really hurt that bad? You got to know, well, suck it up, go get another job.
That's fucked up,
Rich. The dude
Rich.
that is in his feelings is probably going to hire her anyway.
It's fucked up, Rich. You just
probably
assume,
in his feelings because he's trying to get on her.
You just assume the pretty people get what they want all the time, Rich. That's a stereotype. Whatever. And and speaking of pretty people, I want to call out all my friends on Instagram. Richard's picture, his little puberty challenge picture, it got way more likes than mine. Though. I can't let this dude sit here and think he look better than me. Y'all need to support me out there.
I'm just a regular dude.
He got way more likes, but not. I don't know, because we were talking about someone's personal, their home.
Yeah.
Like,
hey man,
you got the right to discriminate in your house. Like,
right.
I got the right to say who comes in my house. Like, I can't keep you from having anything else. I shouldn't want you to not have anything else. But if I don't want you in my house, I don't really have to have a good reason to not allow you in my house. I ain't gonna prevent you from getting any other job. I ain't gonna talk bad about you. I'm not gonna try to stop you from getting no money. Whatever. You can call me insecure. You can call me whatever you want to call me, but you can't call me your employer because I got the right to choose, who I let in my house. But
I respect Danny for just being real about it.
Yeah, being honest about the reason. Man. Like, you hate to get bullshitted when you know the reason you ain't get the job is
exactly
because you black or whatever it is, and somebody give you the bullshit reason. At least they was keeping it 100 with you. Like,
and you know what? She wasn't even trifling with it. She put it out there. Like, I think she said her father had cheated on her mother. She had a boyfriend or something that cheated on her. So she got a precedence, and she just preferred not to be in that situation.
Why would I put myself in an uncomfortable situation in my home?
Exactly, man.
Now, I'm going to tell you a situation I got put in where I had to do something that I still regret to this day, but it was based off of appearances. And this is just, unfortunately, how the world works. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for telling this story, but fuck it. When I worked at the White House, I managed like what we call the Tiger team for the help desk or the desktop group. That was the team that went in and did stuff. If it was in the physical White House or if it was a VIP, these were the texts that got sent out to handle those issues. And I had a spot come open. And I had a tech on my team who one, had the seniority, and two, was skilled enough to have the position. But he was Rastafari. So he had dreads and all of that. And I had somebody from White House management approach me and say, we can't go that route. We can't have him. Like, you can't give him this spot. Like, we just can't.
I'm sorry, Jay. Who was that said that? What position was they in?
They were I forget the name.
Don't get too specific, bro. Don't get too specific.
I forget the name.
No. I'm just saying, were they part of HR or?
They weren't part of HR. This was like the office that procured stuff for the White House. Anytime they had like anybody wanted something for their office, this was the people that they came to get it, like a painting or a microwave, whatever it was. But they kind of had some say over, the people that got sent to do certain things,
Understood.
So, and I was a contractor because, the government contracts out everything. So I was a contractor, and this was like a White House employee. So it was, I was in that situation where I had this guy who was completely deserving of the position, and I was basically told in no uncertain terms that I couldn't give it to him. And I wish to this day that I had the strength at that moment to say, nah, I don't have nobody better. You either take him or we don't fill the spot. But I was a 20-something working my way up. Thought I was doing something, and that's hurt me to my heart to this day. But that is the reality of the life the world we in right now, is that appearance stands for a lot, and it's a shame that you can be denied a position because of the way you look, be you too pretty, or you for religious reasons wear your hair a certain way. But it happens, and I would say to that girl, at least this didn't happen to you. Somebody just don't want you to be their nanny. Like, at least not in a career field that you already working in the place, have put in time and created a reputation for yourself, and still get denied opportunities because of the way you look.
I agree. I think it's two totally different things when we're talking about a workplace, work environment, as opposed to your own household. I just think it's just two totally different things. Yeah,
in terms of my house, like I said, I felt disrespected because that girl came in my house with them tights.
Right.
Like you trying to say I'm gay or something? Like, you trying to say I don't see that? Like, what are you trying to say? You gonna bring that?
Now you gotta play it off that you're not looking.
Right, now I gotta pretend like it's not there and everybody knows it's there. You gonna put me through that for no reason?
Yeah, that's not good.
In this predicament here, you're right.
You can't never come in here again. And I didn't even sugarcoat it when I told Tammy. I'm like, the reason she can't come back is because her ass is entirely too fat and she don't make no attempt to hide it.
Yo, that's as real as you can get right there. So how did Tammy react?
Tammy was like, yeah, she got it.
Right. Yes,
she
man.
That's me. Me being honest and real. Like,
that's you being a real dude. Yeah, for real.
I could have been like, hire her back. Let me put up some nanny cams. Hire her back. But
all right. So since we all being honest, so back when I was younger, much younger. Go ahead. Oh, all right. I've been a manager for a long time, so I had a spot open, and we was looking for somebody to fill the spot, of course, and somebody that was already on the job. They was in a different field, but we knew each other well. So he said, "Hey, my niece looking for a job." I said, "Cool." Just on the strength of him, I was like, "Well, look, have her apply, and I'll interview her." So when I went to meet her off-site to interview her, she had on a black dress. And now mind you, this is not me today. This is me 10 years ago. I got to put that out there. It was hers to lose once I saw the black dress. It was hers to lose. I was like, look, man. I didn't tell her, but in my mind, it was like, I'm going to ask her about 3 questions. And if she is close to the right answer on these 3 questions, she's hired. And she was hired that day. So there is some bias. And unfortunately, you're right. Like I got another example. This gentleman who, and this is not like appearance wise. This was something deeper, but I think it needs to be said. I was interviewing a gentleman, and he was highly skilled technically. He answered all my questions. Not only did he just answer my questions, he answered them thoroughly. Like, he went into the background of, how you do this and how you do that, the procedure and the step-by-step process, when all I really wanted to know was what the exact answer was. So I was very impressed by him. And so the conversation was going well. And I don't recall what I said, but he was a black man, and I said something that was a little relaxed, not necessarily interview pro quo. And he got extremely relaxed. He started saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this was, this was good. And, this how I do. And I all I could see is him talking to one of my customers that way. And based on that, I could not hire him because it became a risk. I said something like something, man, right? Yeah, man, you really did good with that. that type of thing, right? And when he responded, it was that for the rest of the interview, and it became a risk. So I just want to put out there, like, you have to represent yourself thoroughly. It don't matter what the person in front of you is representing themselves as. If they have the power to dictate your future, then you coincide with what is required, not whatever they might present in front of you. So unfortunately, although he had all the technical skills, I was so afraid of him talking like that in front of a customer that I could not bring him on board.
Yeah, I mean, if he got that relaxed that fast during the interview, imagine on the real job. Yeah, he did too much. You don't know if that's actually a test or not. And
right, you don't know if it's a test.
Absolutely, frankly, yeah, he failed. So,
he failed, yeah. So,
I mean, if you're out there listening to this, sorry, bro. I mean, next time, don't so 100 during an interview.
Right. Yeah, man. It was hard because he killed it. Like, he was my best candidate at the time, and that one little slip turned into like 2 paragraphs of street talk. And I was like, I cannot allow this person. I can't risk it.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, as y'all can hear, my little one just got home, so I'm about to be on daddy duty for a little bit. But yeah, I just want to say, Devin, I appreciate you, coming, spending this time with us, sharing your unique point of view. Man, I don't know if I have anything to wrap up with. Pause.
Damn, that's a pause too. I can't keep up with this criteria, man. Damn.
Rich, you got anything you want to leave? I don't know.
I'm good. Just I'm glad we got a chance to talk, Devin. I'm glad you came on the show. It was definitely a good one. These were some good topics, and it was pretty good having another point of view out there, helping us to think about them differently. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jacob, who's in charge of our street team.
Yo, I saw Jacob sitting out there sipping that drink. Y'all got a vicious street team.
Yeah, listen, Jacob out there doing what it do for Team TWS.
Y'all doing it
spreading the cause. So we definitely appreciate that. We appreciate you, Jacob.
All right, and one more time, Devin, what's the website again?
www.tellboss2kickrocks.com. Yeah.
So yeah. Everybody check out the website. As long as I've known Devin, he's always been a wealth of knowledge and of good advice, other than when he told me to holler at that girl even though she had a boyfriend. But
look, we would have regulated that, Jared. You already know. That's me. That's the old me. That's the old me. I'm a new man, young. I done matured. I grown, man. But yeah, back then, Slim, you ain't had nothing to worry about. If she had a boyfriend, we would have removed that off the block. So, I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah. I don't need my probation officer hearing that.
Back in the day.
Yeah, that was back in the day, man.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. We all, and that's what I just truly appreciate, the fact that we can sit here and have this conversation about how we used to be and where we are now. What is RG13? Because we're not giving real names. I don't know. I'm used to calling him what his name is. He goes to my mother's church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I see that man every day, and it's just a wonderful thing to listen to you and see how you've grown and you on different levels, and to see where I'm at now, and then to see him and witness him and what he's doing. It's just a wonderful thing that 10 years ago we started off like sitting at the help desk, and we all doing incredible things, man. I don't think it was an accident. I don't mean to get too deep, but I don't think it was an accident that we was all in that queue together at the Pentagon, because like minds, man, we really, although we don't talk like that all the time, we all continue to build, and a lot of people have not been able to do that. So yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate Rich. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I think we need more people like y'all to really put the word out there to counter this silliness that went on at 93.9. Because they're not gonna put you on the news because you love your families and y'all take care of your families and y'all really upstanding people. We would never make the news, so we have to utilize. Right. That's not entertaining, right? So we need to utilize these outlets in order to balance all of this out. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the opportunity to come in and actually participate in one of your shows.
Hey man, thank you for coming. We need to have you back so we can tell some of them the old stories from that cube.
Yeah, man. About how old? Yeah, nah. Okay, I'm not gonna do that because I got some fish tea stories.
Oh man.
Yes, man. But I don't think they should be retold for real. That game need to be. Gotta pay for that one.
Cubicles could talk.
Yes.
All right, we thank y'all for rocking with us. This is another episode of What is TWS Podcast. As always, until we meet again, be safe and be the light. All right, peace.
Peace.